Have you ever filled up your tank only to see the needle stay stuck on empty or fluctuate wildly while you drive down the road? Today we are talking about the trouble code P0462, which refers to a fuel level sensor circuit low input. This is a common issue that affects many vehicles across the United States, and it involves the sensor typically mounted inside your fuel tank on the top of the fuel pump module. This sensor converts the mechanical position of a float into an electrical signal that the powertrain control module uses to tell you how many gallons of gas you have left. The computer receives this voltage signal to determine fuel usage and calculate your fuel economy and your distance to empty. When the signal voltage from the fuel level sensor does not match the normal operating parameters stored in the memory, this code is set. While this code is not usually an emergency that will leave you stranded on the side of the road, it is incredibly annoying because you never truly know how much fuel you actually have. You might notice a decrease in your perceived fuel economy, or the gauge might just stay at empty all the time even after a trip to the gas station. The most common cause is a short to ground in the signal circuit or a failed fuel level sensor that is shorted out internally. Sometimes the powertrain control module itself is at fault, but that is much less likely than a sensor failure. Start by checking for any technical service bulletins, because some manufacturers have released software updates to fix false readings caused by aftermarket accessories. You should also inspect the wiring harness and connectors for any signs of corrosion or melted plastic, as the connections at the fuel tank are very prone to moisture damage. Use a digital voltmeter to check for the 5V or 12V reference at the sensor connector with the key on. If the voltage is correct but the resistance of the sensor is 0 or infinite when you test the pins, then the sensor itself has failed. Since this often requires dropping the fuel tank or accessing it through a panel under the rear seat, it can be a labor-intensive job. If you are not comfortable working around gasoline or removing a heavy fuel tank, this is a job best left to a professional shop to ensure everything is sealed correctly.